Well, good evening, everybody. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Paula, could you take a roll call, please?
Mark Miller,
Present.
Chris Carlson,
Here.
and Paula Crook were all present.
I'd like to make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
Motion approved.
And Paul, you second?
Mhm.
Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Chris, could you talk about the budget, please?
Okay. So here we are. We started with the beginning balance this last month of $1,407,548.84. Total disbursements of $108,682.46. Those disbursements last month, on top of our normal items, were paying off projects that we finished up at the end of last year, getting those contractors paid off now, and also getting everybody engaged on the Bel Air project, which will be going forward this spring. And no other outstanding things other than the contractors. Everything else was normal: salaries, insurance, normal bills, things like that. So we end up with a balance. We have a balance right now of $1,299,120.05 going forward, which we will be dipping into. Any questions on the finances?
None.
Motion to approve the budget.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Budget approved.
Chris, could you talk about the road assessor's report, please?
Yes. So, as most people know, we are moving forward with Bel Air Street road reconstruction. We started that. We had pre-construction meetings in February. Was it February we did? I think it was February. Late January, early February, we had pre-construction meetings. As soon as the weather warmed back up, utilities are being moved at this time. I think Cox has been out there. I've had a few phone calls that Cox has been relocating their lines. Starting this, it's going to be this week or next week. We've got some culvert work that's going to be done on Bel Air Street. And then 315 Andale will start the major utilities, where they'll be ripping the road up and putting the new concrete culverts in. And then on the week of the 22nd is the anticipated start date of them ripping the road up and redoing the road. Everyone in Sunswept Highlands in that area should be getting notified by Andale. There should be a flyer or a mailer of some sort. They're working out how to give people access. They're really thinking about doing the road on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday to have minimal impact on the neighborhood, because you should be able to drive on it after 2 days. So we're working through logistics. Other road projects that we're working on right now, we are going to do some road. We're going to do some road, not rehab, basically maintenance. We're going to do road preservation for St. Ives and North Point. We're going to reconstruct some of the road in North Point that's just too bad to fix. And North Point is going to get, currently has an asphalt entrance, but it's constantly got potholes. So we're ripping out the asphalt. It's going to go to a concrete entrance at North Point. And then we're looking into what other projects we're going to do this year. I haven't got some of the other ones on the table right now are possibly Ellison Street down at Sunswept. Also 159th Street is on there as a possibility. North Point East is on there. We're also looking at rehabbing the parts of Overbrook we did not do last year. Last year we did road reconstruction in Overbrook. The other half of it is probably good for 3 to 4 more years if we just seal it and put a new coating of oil on it. It should last us another 3-4 years before we have to do anything major to it. So that's another one that's on the as a possibility of a project for this coming year. So, but other than that, I think that covers me for at least the time being.
Thanks, Chris.
Do you have any idea how long Bel Air's gonna be for?
Anticipating 3 days.
Hmm?
3 days.
No, to replace the road.
3 days.
3 days?
3 days.
We
It's-
know.
what we're going in with roller compacted concrete. They'll come in one day, they'll rip the road up. And while they're ripping the road up, they are going to redo the sub base as they go. Now, as far as that's just the road itself. Now, the utility work at Greenwich and Crest, it's going to be a week or less on there because they're going to have to rip it up. They got to drop new culverts down and to improve that drainage. That'll be probably about a week. But this whole project should be complete by the end of April or by the end of March. That's the plan.
We know a lot of homeowners are going to be trapped because of the roundabouts that you guys have. Not roundabouts, but the horseshoes,
Yeah.
roads. We're still getting some logistics on what we can do to help out the community, how to get to their homes while they can't travel on that concrete. We've talked to the post office to see if we could have like a temporary boxes at the post office itself, the location. And since it's only 3 days, we figure it would be really that inconvenient. We're trying to do it as fast as we can.
And even Andale's offering up the possibility of, for the houses that are impacted, providing an area that they can park their vehicles and then have golf carts that you can just take a golf cart to your house.
Yeah.
So they're looking at options. I haven't got the full plan from them yet on what they're doing, but I know they're starting to buy material, and the tentative schedule is utility work starting the week of the 15th, and road work starting on the 22nd, the week of the 22nd
March.
of March.
What's going to? How are the mailboxes going to be impacted? I mean, permanently. You just
So-
pull them up and set it back.
Well, the road is going to get a little wider, but it's going to get wider on the south side of the road, not the north side of the road.
He lives on the south side. That's
Okay. It really depends on where it's at. We might have to step it back a little bit. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Depends on how wide it works out. It didn't look like a whole lot of them were going to be a big issue, but we'll if we have to move it out of the way or anywhere, we'll take care of moving it and putting it back in place.
Well, if we bought a new stand and box, do you take the old one out and then you guys would put the new one in?
I cannot do that. I can take care of, if I damage it, I can replace it, but I can't use public.
Well, he just wants to put
I'll buy the
in.
new one if you guys would just install it.
So if it disappears.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it because I gotta really look and make sure that. I mean, I can always go like for like, even if you buy a new one and I go put something new in. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I have to really look into it.
Okay.
Let me see what I can find out.
All right.
Sir,
How much?
can I get your name and number?
Contact info?
Greg Davis.
What is it?
Greg Davis. GregDavis.
Greg Davis. And your phone number?
213-1095.
Thanks, Greg.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just wondered how much wider Bel Air is gonna be there, and what kind of culvert are you gonna put in? Are you just gonna scoop out the existing ditches? Or are you actually gonna lay cement culvert down through there?
Okay, we're not doing your cement. Doing the cement culvert, you're talking sewer system. We're not doing that.
Well, drainage system.
Yeah, we're not doing underground drainage. It's going to be we're improving the drainage primarily on the north side of the road. Has to be cleaned out and fixed, which we've got a contractor that's working this week and next week to do that. And he'll replace. I think there's a couple of culverts that were in bad shape. Whatever that gravel road is that heads north.
Casper.
Is that Casper? So that one's got to be lowered before the road guys get there. It's too high right now, and so that's going to be done. Then when Andale gets in to do the road, they're going to replace the culverts at Crest. They're going to rip that road up, replace those culverts. Then the ones that cross just east of Greenwich. They're going to rip those out and put in 2 new big concrete box culverts in that. And then then where the inlet is for all that water is currently dirt, and that's going to be replaced with concrete. So that way, that whole area will be more of a catch basin for all the water that comes down, and less chance of erosion, and it should flow right through.
Are they gonna replace our culverts for our driveway?
Only if if there's an impact to drainage will it be replaced.
Well, if they widen the road, they'll take 2 of mine out.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna go ahead and finish up the meeting, and then afterwards, we're gonna do questions and answers.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, some old business. I've been still talking to Villas 2. They're still looking for surveyors. I talked to Greg. They finally did get a hold of a surveying company. They're going to go out there and get it surveyed. If you're not familiar with Villas 2 project, is they want to go public, and this has been ongoing for probably a good 9 months now, because Sedgwick County has some standards that they require before somebody can actually go public, because they are a private community. So they found somebody, going to do a survey. We're going to get back with Lynn Packard from Sedgwick County and see what he has to say about that. Chris and Paul, I know you don't have old business or new business.
The only new business I have is we're executing the agreement for Knutson and Monroe to
Okay.
do the audit.
Okay,
Oh, that time, huh?
Yep. Alrighty. And Mike, do you have anything to share?
We're gonna take the sidewalks off. Over off the sink, blow them off, sand. And then I called, Hall's Landscape down there on, Thornberry down there where they cut those too many trees out right in there.
All right, yeah.
We gotta replace those. So I have Nathan going over there and finding out what best to go in there and getting the price of it for me. Then I'll get back to you and Chris. Find out if you want me to have him go ahead and do it or not.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
That's it.
Good deal. Make a motion to end the minutes at this time, the meeting, sorry.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Grimes, what was that question?
Well, I have, kind of a circle driveway goes around the back of my house, and I have 2 entrances to Bel Air. And I have level, each entrance has a culvert underneath it. A tin whistle. When they move the road back and they tear that out, are they gonna replace the tin whistle with a drainage pipe with new ones?
Where is your home?
Bel Air.
I mean, where on Bel Air?
He lives at the second house from, Bedford. That first house, when you turn to come on Central, the second house in from the coming west.
Right on the corner.
Right there where we're gonna start with the concrete and go west.
Cross street from what?
Casper Lane,
Okay.
mine's just directly south. And
So,
Second house. on the
depending
south.
on where we're at, the widening is anywhere from 6 inches to 12 inches only. That's the only. I don't know. I don't have the set of the plans. Well, maybe I do. Hang on. I don't know if this is the contract or if there's. Do you have a set of the plans, Mark?
I don't. They're literally on my counter.
Are they on the internet so we can look up something?
They've not been uploaded yet.
And he's got to put that dividing line where it goes this way and then goes back that way.
If we expand to the point we impact your culverts, yes, we'll fix your culverts. But I know on the south side, I think there was only 1 or 2 that were actually going to get replaced because I think they were the ones that were completely buried closed.
Third house down, one next to him,
Okay.
on west of him.
Because there's not a lot of them that we're replacing that are residential. It's mostly cleaning out and regrading for drain.
Okay. 'Cause-
But I mean, if we do impact it, we'll fix it. We're not going to leave it. We're not going to leave it open. So
Is there gonna be rock put in the ditches?
they will be returned how they are right now. So if we tear up where there's rock, we will put rock back down. If it does not have rock, it is not getting rock. at least not at this time. And then as far as tie-ins go too, with the new road, we'll evaluate tie-ins with the road after the road is in, because it just depends on if it's necessary. So at least for the time being, if there's a break, the instructions to Andale is to put in gravel for right now until we can evaluate, because I may not have the funds to finish that project and do the tie-ins until next year. Currently, this project is about a $600,000 project to redo this road, and so we've got to distribute the money out to all sorts of areas in the township. So I can't devote my entire budget to one road. So we're doing our best to jostle everything around, because our long-term plan for Sunswept is not only to do the tie-ins but also to work on the drainage issues down there as well.
I'd like to shift over to Ellison Street. What are your plans on Ellison? Is that,
I have zero until I know what the developer's doing. I'm just keeping the road travel so you can travel on it.
so that's still open for development now on
I heard a rumor that he's trying to develop it again. But I haven't got a notice from the city that he's filed for a planning hearing.
But it did get shut down the first time.
Yeah, the first time he walked away from it.
But now it went to the Sedgwick County Commission on the 17th of February, and they were gonna vote on the Metropolitan Area Planning Commission passing it. Just this last time that they met, I think it was probably in January or December,
I didn't receive notice.
and I got a notice in the mail that we had to send in a petition to the Sedgwick County Commission to try to block that, to see how many people were gonna wanna turn that down.
Have you heard anything, Dinah?
I don't know anything.
I know there's
You don't get, everybody lived around that within 1,000 feet, got that letter.
Yeah, we got that letter, and we watched the meeting, and the commission approved the rezoning.
They did approve
So-
the rezoning?
Planning commission approved it.
The first time they did not.
Yeah.
But the second time, the planning commission okayed it, and then it was gonna go to the Sedgwick County commissioners to vote on it. I think it was on February the 17th. And I haven't heard what the result of that was. Did you get that letter, or they were gonna vote on it?
no. I mean, usually if there's a vote on change of zoning, they tend to send us a letter, and I did not receive a letter.
Okay.
Um,
And it was during that cold snap, so they might have delayed the meeting, I don't know, to another date, but,
do you know what they were trying to change the zoning to?
SF10 from SF20, which allowed them to put more houses on an acre than what's currently allowed with an SF20. Most houses out there have at least probably an acre of land or a short acre. There's a couple of places that have more houses on an acre than most areas out there. That's what they were trying to change, that 4.2 acres along Ellison there. He wanted to put in 12 houses.
Yeah, I remember when it went through when they were going through the first time.
Yeah, now he was gonna put in a bunch of 2-story, double wide or duplexes along there.
Yeah.
But now somebody else from Anvil, I think is what the name of it was, bought it, and they were going to have it rezoned, wanted to have it rezoned so they could put houses in there.
But you people never got a letter saying it was rezoned or it wasn't rezoned? I live right down the street from.
Well, they probably took care of the community as a whole. The township really doesn't get into Sedgwick County and the zoning. That's not.
Yeah, we can't stop it. We can't approve it.
We could surely answer or ask some questions on your behalf and see if they have some answers. But I mean, as a township, they don't let us know about that because we're just not a zoning type of entity.
What we tend to do is, if I know it's coming, I'll put my wish list into the board and tell them, listen, this is an impact for this reason, and which is what I did last time. I told them, To do this, it was causing a drainage issue on there, and they had to retain their own drainage, and they had to do something with the road. So I put those in there because between the two asks that I have was going to cost them probably $2 million, which would slow down most small developers very quickly. But like I said, I didn't know this was going on, so I don't know if this moved forward or not.
But Mr. Grimes, if you've got a specific question, and I can call somebody at the county and get that answered.
Yeah, I just wanted to know how it went with the meeting that they had when they were supposed to decide on whether they were going to change the,
Yeah, because the whole neighborhood sent in letters, sent in the forms, but have it turned down. Unlike with
Is that how
them,
you spell Ellison?
they never
ELLISON.
found anything.
When was the meeting?
well, my memory, it was supposed to be on February the 17th, the city, or the Sedgwick County Council meeting was there, and they were gonna decide that.
Was it-
February 22nd,
17th.
17th.
17th, and that was with the county commissioners.
Was it county commission meeting?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm on the wrong website.
like I said, I heard that the second time I went through the planning commission, they passed it. You know, because there were a lot of issues on the, water, sewer lines. You know, widening the road, who's gonna pay for that?
The last time it was the road was getting put on the developer
Mr.
because it has to be widened as well.
What's your first name again?
Jack?
Jack?
Yeah.
Well, I'll see if I can get an answer. I will contact you. Can I get your phone number?
Yeah, it's 687-3399.
And I'll probably let you know, but then after that, Diane, I'll probably let you know so you can spread the word with your improvement district. Will that work? I'll let Mr. Grimes know about the answer that I hopefully can get, and then after that, I'll let you relay the message to the improvement
Yeah, I was
district.
gonna try to give them a call and find out what's going on too, but I'll let you call, you have more pull than I do.
If you think so. Yeah. I can do that. Do you have Diane's number?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll get back with you, Greg, Jack. Any more questions?
So I need to figure out what meeting that was at because if it was, I'm looking at the Sedgwick County website, and on those dates, they were full of budget meetings. So they weren't talking about this road. So unless this was the planning commission and not the county commission.
Well, I was gonna shoot a text to Mitch or something like that. See
Yeah,
if he can help me out.
He would know.
So
Because I'm trying to find meeting minutes to see if they did anything.
Yeah, I got a letter in the mail saying that it was gonna be, you know, it was an official letter. And people within 1,000 feet of that area supposedly got the letter too,
yeah.
being homeowners, so.
Well, I'm just probably looking in the wrong department.
No, I'll find out. Any more questions? Thank you.